Just letting you know, this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Supernatural.
Oh, okay. We need to talk about Dean. Okay, I'm assuming he did that for Kevin, right? That was his opportune time. Because in that second that, he slashed him, I was like, wait, vengeance. Okay. I'm like, do I need time to kind of look at stuff? Just keep the cameras rolling. Let me just see here. I was thinking of one particular scene, but now I'm not so sure. Yeah. Okay, so the scene I was going to choose at first was the speech Metatron gave, because I think it kind of expands on a lot of things related to the angels and their purpose there and all that stuff. But I think instead the scene I'm picking is right in the car with Sam, Dean, and Castiel, where it's kind of like, back to square one with the three of them. Just seeing them riding in the car after all of that, and Castiel losing his army, losing his followers and all that. I think that's kind of the point of all of the series. Just suspecting, because, I think there's enough proof of it though, since the arrival of the Castiel character. And although at that time, I'm aware and I remember that it wasn't meant to be something permanent for Misha Collins to be Castiel, but when it eventually did become a thing where it was like, okay, this is the trio of the series, I think that moment I'm referring to in the car kind of cements that. Like, despite where they branch out, whether it be Sam going on his own to do whatever, or Dean going on his own to do whatever, for whatever purpose, where the plots are going, and Castiel going on his own to do whatever, it's like, the point is these three are integral to the series as a whole, to the whole thing. And it's episodes like this that will kind of not only remind me as a viewer of that, but more or less make it quite pronounced as part of SPN. I mean, if I get to season 15 and they're still together in this way, I guess that proves its point. And if they're not, then just up until this point in the whole series, that's the thinking, perhaps on behalf of the writers or showrunners in general. All right. Now, there's so much going on with this, and considering that I'm aware of that Metatron is somewhat manipulating the situation, right? I mean, I've made references to him kind of being the author of the script, because this essentially is now a show within a show within a show. Which in and of itself, if I think too hard about it, is going to give me a headache. And I've been told numerous times ever since I've, come clean about now understanding who God is and all that. I've been more or less, I wouldn't say lectured, but I've been told in strong words to not make that something, not make a bigger deal out of it than it actually is, because other things will unfold that will make more sense. And I'm practicing, I'm trying to practice trusting that. So just be patient with me, okay? When I have those moments where I'm just uttering like this stuff out with Metatron as God, and then there's the actual God, and then Metatron and how much control does he have, nobody's really willing to try to explain any of that to me because of spoilers or additional spoilers, and I'm doing my best to rein in my curiosity as much as possible to have a fuller understanding and just try to take it episode at a time. So, I guess the step I can do right now to fulfill that is, all right, there you have it. That's my reaction to episode 22. The scene, yeah, that is the scene I'm picking with Castiel, Dean, and Sam in the car, back together again. And my Ashamoji, I'm torn between a 4 and a 5, only because even though I'm fine with Castiel coming back into the fold with the Winchesters, I'm fine with that. I get it for what I think the principle is. What I think I just wanted a little bit more of, okay, at the very minimum, I was hoping to kind of see this part of Castiel being a leader and trying to lead and, yes, making mistakes, yes, perhaps admitting to faults and stuff, but to just have it all, within an episode, like really just within one episode. Because they just showed in episode 21 him having this army and revealing it to them. And then now in episode 22, it's all gone. So there's a part of me that's a bit disappointed. It didn't at least drag on to the end of the season. And, but considering what they may have planned for the finale episode, my thoughts on that could change. But at the moment, after just watching this one, I cannot deny that disappointment that just... I can't give it a 5 because of that. 4.5 maybe, because it is bothersome to me. Especially considering that I had such high hopes, really, in a sense, for seeing Castiel build a very specific journey that is different from the Winchesters, but I guess that's not in the cards at this point. Or at any point, I guess. I don't know. I've yet to see that. So it's a 4.5 in that ballpark, okay? So share your thoughts about this episode. I always love any trivia that or just what your initial impressions were about the episode. What are scenes that you really enjoyed? For those of you that are hardcore Curtis Armstrong fans, what's your favorite line that he said in this episode? Because he's a lot of fun to watch, even though as a character, he is quite... He's memorable, but I think he's a memorable character for sure. For sure. I don't love him, but I certainly don't hate him. And I think I just need to see more to kind of, I don't know. I think I'm more leaning towards, he's just very entertaining. Cause it's strange, because you got Crowley, who, in all accuracy, he's a terrible person as a character, right? But I love him. I love hating and loving him at the same time. Maybe it's because I'm physically attracted to him. So, there's always that bias. Listen, anybody who tells me, oh, it's never to do with their looks, you're a liar. I don't care. Anybody says you are a liar, I love the club members that I have that are honest enough to tell me that their attraction to the actor plays a large part of their joy of the show. Because that's normal. That's a natural thing, For me, I'm not to say I'm sure there isn't actual fans who don't make that a priority, but most fans do. In any case, if you want access to my full reaction to this episode, uncut, unfiltered, details on how to join my club is in the description box below, as well as details on how you can support this channel if you're not interested in being a club member, but you do want to help me grow here on YouTube. Be more consistent, add more reaction videos. Your support is greatly appreciated in that regards as well. So until my reaction to the finale episode, everyone, episode 23, I'm tuning out, peacing out. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.